We're really excited because we're going back to in-person from 4 to 6 on Thursdays, starting today. So I'm in the space. I'm currently in our event space, which is where we have the beautiful new park and pedestrian bridge right there over the Providence River. We have this lovely space. We're going to open up our second floor lounge bar at 4. We're going to have in-person networking from 4 to 5. And then from 5 to 6, we're going to move in here for our new curated conversation series called The Future of. And tonight we have Rhode Island Bio's entrepreneur in residence, Jay Round, talking about the future of funding in life sciences, bio, medtech. So that will be an interesting conversation, and we're excited to see some of you. We're remaining conservative, even though we can have large groups now. We're remaining conservative in our space and in our building, and we're trying to get people for May to pre-register and cap it at around 25 people. And we're hoping to expand that to 50 or more in June, July, and August. But very excited, and things are happening. I see Rebecca Weber, the general manager of CIC Providence. Yesterday, they had a great morning event out on their new third floor terrace. That was fantastic. And today they have a ribbon cutting. I think it's the official kind of ribbon cutting for the terrace, because the last time you scheduled it, it was a cold, rainy day.
You got it, Tuni. This is our third attempt at the rescheduling, so we're hopeful that third time is the charm. We're going to have mountains of pizza and plenty of good conversations, and hopefully shepherding everyone into Venture Cafe programming immediately thereafter.
And it's been fun, hasn't it, Rebecca? We're just seeing such an uptick in activity in our building. And, we work in lockstep with Rebecca and her team. So we're constantly giving tours of District Hall and then punting them over to Rebecca and her team and giving tours of the CIC Providence space. And we have lots of new members.
Yeah, showing the value of our co-location and the value of our teams working together has been really wonderful. And yeah, and we're starting to hover towards 100 clients, which is a significant increase. Tuni was there when I was giving a tour yesterday, and someone raised the question, is this community representative of success? And I said, if you look in our second, third, and fourth floors, we are growing. We are witnessing our companies growing, which I think is probably the biggest endorsement of the value that we're providing. And we are experiencing a significant increase in inquiries. So we're very excited to welcome a sizable tour later today and to keep the momentum going.
Awesome. Sean, you should get an office in here, dude. I think Bay Computer Associates would rock in here. The business development guy needs to have a space in here. She and Rebecca's team also offers a super affordable co-working membership. If, say, you do have your swank office right one town away, but you want to have a presence in the space, because there is a lot of awesome collision action happening every day. But the co-working membership is a great option for those of you who might have an office somewhere else but want a presence in the building.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, we'd love to welcome you, Sean, just to give you a walk around and show you the space. Tuni, I just ran into Annette, and she said this is the second consecutive day she's been back and she can't get anything done because of the conversation she's had.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Sean, I will bring you up when you stop in later today and we'll give you a tour. Jordan or I will give you a tour. And
perfect. That'd be great.
Awesome. Great. And David, I know you're in North Carolina, so you can't make it today, but we're hoping to meet you soon.
Virtual for now. Look forward to that actual in-person stuff. It's been a long time.
Well, it's been nice seeing you on our programming, and welcome today. And very excited about, so David, we've introduced to Annette from Rhode Island Hub. I call it Rye Hub. And very excited and hoping to help you get some momentum right here in Providence in Rhode Island with your.
I'm looking for that to be so.
Awesome. Fantastic. Hannah, what's going on over at LOFT?
Hi.
I am digging, by the way. I mean, I just love, Jeanette is just awesome, right? And
yeah.
I am a mother. And at first I was kind of like, oh, when I saw some of her Mother's Day posts, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But I just love it. And yeah, can you talk a little bit about the, I don't want to say it wrong, outside, inside?
Yeah, so LOFT has an event series called Outsiders on the Inside. It started as because Jeanette loves to speak at conferences and they all canceled during COVID. So she stepped up and she started hosting her own events. And they're really based on giving people who are often unheard in like the design and the health space. We use our platform to give them a voice. And in honor of Women's Health Month, this month we have taken the next step and turned our regular event into a 3-part mini conference next Thursday. Tuni has been to our events before, so she can speak to them a little bit, but this is our biggest event. We have big names. We have T. Chang from Crave. She's a colleague of Jeanette. We have Amanda French. She's the CEO and founder of Emmy, which is one of a super buzzy brand in the health space right now. And yeah, we're just really excited about this event.
Can you make sure to drop information in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
I'm going to post the link that I just posted the Eventbrite that has information about all the panelists and all the events right in there.
Fantastic. Are you recording it for anyone who may not be able to attend?
Yep, we're going to record it and then post it on YouTube the next day. We're also going to post some like shorter versions on our Instagram.
Awesome.
As well,
And
so it'll be really accessible.
if people pre-register, are you going to send out an email to all those that registered through Eventbrite with the recording?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
So even if you can't make it, if you want to sign up through the Eventbrite, you will automatically receive an email with the recording.
Fantastic. And as far separate from that, but I think it's Renee, I'm going to say Renee, the life science funding talk is tonight here in person. We're not doing it. We decided against going hybrid with that program. We're going to focus 100% virtual, 10:30 to 12 or 1 with our Venture Cafe Thursday programming here in Providence. And then from 4 to 6, that's going to be in person only for now. Our goal is to move into virtual, and we may stream Facebook Live tonight. So Renee, I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. If you'd like to follow us on Facebook and tune into Venture Cafe Providence on Facebook at 5 o'clock, we should be doing, I'm planning on streaming live, so you can see it there if you can't make it in.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah, if you can join us in person, Amy just dropped the link again to register because we're trying to get as many people as possible to pre-register. Jim, did you pre-register or are you just walking in? You pre-registered, okay. I know a few of my friends.
I always register.
You are good like that, thank you. Fantastic. All right, I said I was going to call you out early, so I'm going to punt back to you, Danielle. What's going on at NEMIC?
Surprisingly, I think this is the first time in a long time that I don't have an event that is coming up to share. But I do have some great news. I know you guys talked with Dom Meserly, who's one of our NEMIC fellows, who we've been working with for the past 3 years. And I just want to shout him out. I know he's not on, but he finalized his seed round fundraising at $1.3 million about a month ago, and we just sent out the press release last week, and it's amazing, and we're very excited. One of our other fellows we're working with, which a lot of you guys know as well, Resuscitech, they just landed their first partnership as well, so that's just another big news that we talked about.
Can I just jump in there quick?
Yeah.
So Brian Morley, who's working with Resuscitech, and of course I had the privilege of judging them at the Brown conference that was like one of the very last in-person conferences, and we at Brown, and they were a winner, yay! And Brian reached out to me to connect him with Bayberry, Rebecca, because Resuscitech is offering to local restaurants like free CPR training.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so they're gonna, Kelsey from Bayberry was like, that's cool because I need to re-up my certification, thank you. And so anyone on here that knows a local Providence or Rhode Island, I should say, like restaurant or, an organization like that that needs to be up on their CPR training, shoot me an email. I'll drop my email in here. You guys pretty much know how to reach me, I hope. Or Amy, can you drop my email in there and I'll connect you to the Resuscitech people. Take it away, Danielle. Sorry to interject.
Oh, that's wonderful. Excuse me. And then we're running a program right now that we do have open for applications. It is in partnership with the Magpie X MedTech Accelerator. So that is a local accelerator fund that will invest about $30,000 cash and $100,000 in in-kind services into medical device, digital health, any really regulated type of startup. And we are partnered as their advisory and education partner. So if you know anyone that is looking for pre-seed funding with a amazing advisory service that goes with that, please reach out to me. I'll drop the link in the chat right now, as we are having a lot of applications coming in, and it's really first come, first serve. If we like your company, we will invest in you. So we're very excited and still looking for some more applications for that. And then the last thing very quickly is we just launched a beta test. So we run our signature education program called our MedTech Education Program. We built it 3 years ago for like in-person teachings. It's a 56-hour in-person, 26 class course that will teach anyone in the industry like what it takes to commercialize a regulated medical device. This past year, we have been working on putting that online so we could train and teach more people outside of New England and Rhode Island. So we just launched that beta test. And if anyone is interested in learning about that program, it is going to be launched for anyone to take in the fall. And I am looking to start getting a list of people that would be interested in taking it and learning more about it. So I'll drop my link in the chat to just connect with me.
Well,
And
you know that we're
talk
part
anything
of
med tech.
we're part of a global network of venture cafes. There are 9 of us around the world. So I think that would be something that we could definitely share out with the other venture cafes. That's
Awesome.
great. And I'm sure Rebecca could share it out through CICs too, because of that
Perfect.
super robust network of businesses that might be interested. Or yeah, that's awesome. And Amy, speaking of being part of a global network of venture cafes, what's going on in Philly?
Philly is doing a fantastic event today. They were going to come on, but they are deep in the throes of their own Thursday gathering. So I said that I would absolutely share. If you are unable to join us in person tonight, but you're still looking for some great content on the MedTech side of things, Venture Cafe Philadelphia is hosting their VC John, as they call it, and it will be a fully virtual event. I'm going to drop the link in the chat, but they are talking all about, and I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to the link itself. It's gene therapy and cell therapy and what's happening in Philadelphia in terms of the on-ramp for that discussion. So please, if you are outside of Providence, or if you're just not comfortable attending in-person events, check out Venture Cafe Philly tonight. They begin their programming about 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, sorry, with their panels and discussions. So plenty of time to get your work done and pop back over into a virtual event.
Fantastic. Love the Philly team. Speaking of being part of a global network, we have 2 of those 9 venture cafes in our Innovation Studio regional nonprofit family, and Shaheen is the director of programming for Venture Cafe Cambridge. And I see you, Shaheen. So you have a similar session to this called Make It Happen from 1:30 to 2. So I highly recommend any of you to join, because there's a lot of action always happening there too. You know, we get people from all over the world on that, and a lot of people from obviously Cambridge. What do you have going on besides that today, Shaheen?
You know, the pandemic has obviously had its like issues and its challenges, but what I love is that it's brought Rhode Island and Cambridge, Boston so much closer together.
Right.
And I've actually been a big fan of that. So hello, everyone in Rhode Island right now in Providence coming on. Nice to meet you. Today in the Venture Cafe Cambridge, we'll be doing a very similar session to this called Make Things Happen, where we're trying to just create like a front door to the event for people to connect so we can point you in the right places and also just get to know each other. So I'll be leading that at 1:30, and you can log on there. We can connect you to people up here and around. And what I'm dropping into the chat right now is a link to our program for tonight. We're running a session on how to start your own podcast. It's led by Lori Lennon. She was on Deval Patrick's staff back in the day, and she used to run PR, so she's really good at this. And also at 4 o'clock, we're running a session called Random Stimulus for Creativity. So they're going to kind of hone your thoughts and kind of try and put it together to create a program that you're trying to do. In addition to that, we're running our supply chain seed program, which is a immersive accelerator for anyone in food, supply chain, retail. Everything is changing along that entire realm. So if you're innovating in that, or you know somebody who is, I highly encourage you to attend that session at 1 o'clock. And speaking of future of work, I heard Rebecca and Sean talking about how what things could look like at the office these days. CIC is hosting a partnership conference with us on June 17, and this is what we're going to be focusing our entire attention on. So if you want to know what flexibility, what the benefits, what the kind of process of being in a building, whether it's remote work or physical, we'll be discussing all that with experts in the entire industry. So those are the 2 links in there. Sign up. Hope to see you around.
You know, it's been interesting to piggyback on your comment about, the bridge that was already built between Rhode Island, Cambridge, Boston. We're continuing to solidify it, and it's been really great. The cross pollination that's happening. And something we talk about, Amy Shaheen, and we were talking about last week in our programming meeting, is the depth of impact that we're seeing in this virtual space. So though we can't wait to get back in person, this isn't going away. We're going to continue to iterate and tweak it. But the depth of the impact that we've seen in this last year, right, Shaheen and Amy? We're
100%
connecting people all the time, just like David Beckett in North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Who attended, I think, one of our Innovation Studio coffees, and then I connected with him and then connected him to Annette at Rye Hub. And, that kind of stuff happens every day, and especially on Thursdays. So it's, even though sometimes our sessions are, I'm all about quality over quantity, because I believe, like Seth Godin says, this is marketing. If you build it right, it will grow, and then the quantity comes with it. So
yeah, exactly.
Shout out to that. And that's been very rewarding for our team, knowing the depth of the impact we're having in this programming, even in this virtual space.
It's probably existed, but I never was participating in it. So it's good to know that we can create a let your hair down type of networking and events where people can do this. And another example of that is Danielle and I have been working together a little bit more to get MedTech into the, there's a whole bunch of things happening here with MedTech's acceleration program from Providence. We're getting a whole bunch of cross-pollination. So
great. And Rebecca has a lot of clients at CIC Providence, like Jeff Tingley's up in Boston, at least once every other week or something, right, Rebecca? So once, Sean, to that point, say you joined even as a co-working member, you can also work in other CICs.
That's right. Yeah, that passport is a really important physical testament to the relationship between our sites, as you all are describing. And we just ask that you spend about 80% of your time in your home site. So to Tuni's point, a handful of times a month, you're welcome at our other locations. And if you choose to go further afield, we can make those connections in Miami, Philadelphia, St. Louis, and beyond.
Rotterdam, Tokyo, Sydney.
Yeah, crazy,
Warsaw, isn't it? And speaking of CIC clients, Tech Collective, at some point, hopefully by the end of this year, will have an office here at CIC Providence. And, I'm a proud board member, and it'd be a lot easier for us to have our board meetings in here. So Monica, we have so much great stuff happening at Tech Collective. We're in the process. For those of you who don't know, we have a new executive director. Creosa is amazing. She's you can't buy passion like she has for this organization.
True.
And she knows this organization. She loves this organization, and we're going through a pretty interesting process in this next iteration of Tech Collective to build a strong tech hub for the state of Rhode Island and other local communities. So lots of great programming. What's new, Monica?
Like you said, there's a lot of stuff and a lot of things that have just been added, but on Tuesday, there's a free presentation, Don't Let Them Take a Bite, Defending Your Data Bit by Bit. It's being presented by Kevin Ritchie, who's a principal at Citron Cooperman in their risk department. So definitely it's lunch hour, it's from 12 to 1. A great time as we're watching cyber attacks happening, on the hour. You don't want to lose everything that you've spent all of your time developing. So
I just have to say, on my way in, I had a conversation with Mark Montalto from Ocean, OSHEAN. And, I guess yesterday they had a conversation about this latest hack that is affecting a large portion of our country. And he just can't he said, I can't say it enough, like passwords are important.
Mhm.
And don't bite those phishing scams. So it's the phishing and the passwords. Make sure you guys, this is just a shout out from Ocean and Tech Collective to update your passwords, change your passwords, protect you, and don't bite.
That's it. And then I think probably a very practical thing for a lot of the entrepreneur space, we're having two workshops on advanced Excel. So connecting and transforming, leveraging data using Excel, and then working with Power Pivot. So I'll put the link
Avi should
to
do that,
our
huh, Shaheen?
website.
That-
Yeah,
that would-
so it's great stuff. We have a lot of things. There are a lot of free events. You don't have to be a member of Tech Collective to attend, as well as, you know, some trainings that are coming up. And for
So
those
please
of you,
join.
yeah, for those of you who are deep into it, there's Certified Ethical Hacker, which is a certificate. It's a major training. It's 40 hours. It's coming this fall. So if that's really where your interest lies, we're the only partner in the state with the CE Council. So we're the place to take that training, but I will put our link up on there and then you can see all that we're offering. So thanks, Tuni, for having me.
Awesome. Cool.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Tini.
Thank you, everybody.
See
Take care. I
everybody.
can't wait for tonight.
Awesome. See you later, Sean. Bye, David. Enjoy the mountain.